Hi everybody, Tiny Green from the Hoop Group here today. I have my little basketball with me because guess what? The season is shrinking and shrinking and there's only a few teams left. The one thing we do know is that the Shore Conference is heavily represented in all the groups, and just like we said in the beginning of the year, the Shore Conference will be the measuring stick almost for everybody across the state. Now, today we're going to get into our All-Shore teams. Now look, All-Shore I think belongs in the Shore, and what I mean by that is this. I do not believe the state tournament games should have anything to do with at least my All-Shore selections. The Big East tournament is getting ready to go on this week, and I know our boy Johnny Junko is out there promoting his St. John's crew for the Big East tournament. But when they pick their all Big East team, they pick 6 players. They pick one of those players to be Player of the Year of those 6. And I use the same format. But they don't include what goes on in the Big East tournament, and they don't include what goes on in the NCAA. I think it should be limited to how you perform in your tournament, in your league, excuse me. Now, look, this was not easy from the sense that there are so many quality players in the Shore Conference who have great futures who will be left off some of these teams. I gave you my criteria for what I think an All-Shore player should look like. The one thing I do want to say is this. The politics of these things sometimes come into play. There's no denying it. You know, I have feelings about certain players. Coaches have feelings about their players, fans, parents. So look, it all comes down to, you know, what your criteria is for picking an All-Shore team. I will give you one example. I'll give you one example because she's on my first team All-Shore team, and I'll give it away. You know, Kelly Hughes, for example, to me, had more big games than anybody in the Shore Conference. And you say, Tiny, how do you say that? I say because she dropped 30 on RBC this year. She dropped 30 on Manasquan this year. She hit the game-winning basket against Rumson this year. Her team beat Jackson twice this year. So you say, hey, how do you leave a kid like that off your all-shore team? I didn't in Kelly's case. But in most cases, if all things are equal, I'm going with the senior. If all things are equal, I'm picking a senior. But it's your body of work from the start of the season to the end that determines who is on I repeat again, my All-Shore team. Now look, I don't pick any freshmen. I'm not even going to get into my reasoning for that. Just know I'm not picking any freshmen for All-Shore. There was only one that, in my opinion, was a candidate anyway this year, and that was Caitlin Flattery. Everybody else, I think, was on the outside looking in. When you talk about my All-Shore teams, there's a couple of things I do want to mention. Missy Rapoli has been in the Shore Conference for 4 years. She's been a great player for 4 years. In fact, we'll check it. She may be the only player that has made All-Shore 4 years in a row. She's been an All-Shore player. And this year, I left her off my first team All-Shore team. That was painful because I believe that Missy Rapoli had an outstanding year. Outstanding. And then you have players like Krista Evans also who I look at and I go, wow, Krista Evans should have been a first team All-Shore player. But remember, your team counts too. Your team has to be successful as well as you do. So those are just 2 players, for example, that I thought really could have a case. But to be honest with you, my 6 players for All-Shore were very easy to pick. They just simply were easy. With that being said, at the bottom of my blog, this is one time I really would like to hear people's thoughts and comments. Tell me some kids who I missed. Tell me the players that should have been on this team that I left out. Keep it clean, show sportsmanship, and that blog could be an asset to everybody. Now, before I go, we have the Shore Conference, the state tournament winding down. Hopefully our Shore teams will be successful. But I want everybody to think about this. You need to be getting ready if you're a high school player for your April recruiting period. Those players whose seasons have ended early, I hope you are in the gym. You must stay in the gym. That recruiting period is only 2 days. Don't try to get back in shape a week before that happens. So do some things on your own, and hopefully things will work out for you come April. For those seniors who have not signed, I'll say it again, do not panic. There are going to be schools looking for players. There's going to be Division I schools looking for players. How do I know that? I get emails and texts every day. Tiny, do you know of a transfer? Tiny, what's left out there? Tiny, is there a big hit? Coaches are still looking. We're definitely going to have some type of open gym for unsigned seniors for college coaches to come look at some players. I'm still putting it together. Hopefully I'll be able to do that, and we'll help as many kids as we can across the state fulfill their dreams. So once again, we have our all-shore team. Thursday, we will pick our player of the year. That is going to be difficult. I'm really wrestling with who my player of the year is, but I'll have an answer for you on Thursday. We'll have our freshman of the year, our all-defensive team player, we'll have our most improved player, we'll have our up-and-coming player, and we'll have our coach of the year. In the meantime, enjoy the blog. Big East, baby. We got St. John's rolling. We got Seton Hall trying to make a late run at the NCAA tournament. It's all happening. It's fantastic. Tiny Green, sign off.